We're gonna talk about sandpaper real quick. Mostly for breaking the edges on your projects. You may want to sand the faces, that's kind of up to you. Sandpaper is graded. The higher the number, the finer the finish is going to give you. The lower the number, the coarser the finish, but the faster it's going to remove material. I would say for most of what we're doing, you could probably use 120 or 150 and just leave that. If you wanted to get it really smooth, you could go to 220. If you wanted to really rough things out, if you had a bunch of tear out that you really wanted to get rid of, you could start with 80. I pretty much never use 60 unless I'm like trying to remove paint. Another kind of rule that I've discovered through experience with sandpaper is the more expensive stuff works much, much better. Seems like a lot of the stuff at 3M makes is purple, and it kind of doesn't clog very easily. Where I found a lot of this kind of older, what we think of as sandpaper that's brown, also clogs really easily and wears out really quickly. So I find I spend a little bit more money, it lasts so much longer that in the end you're actually saving money. They also make these sanding blocks, sanding sponges, that it's basically sandpaper applied to like a soft piece of foam. These are really good for breaking edges or for sanding kind of like a really compound shaped thing, because it's much softer than your hand or a sanding block. Same thing, they make them in a bunch of grits, and they last surprisingly long. They're not super cheap, but for what we're doing, these might be actually a great option for you guys to break the corners off everything.